Hello everyone, this is Rutuparna Sahu, lecturer in Mechanical Engineering from Bose, Cuttack. Today we will discuss about the topic governor. So, before going into the topic, we will discuss the content of the topic. So, first we will study what is the function of governor, then we will move towards the classification of governor or the types of governor like Watt governor, Porter governor, Powell governor, Hartnell governor, and then we will discuss about the working of these types of governor. Then after this we will discuss what is sensitivity, what is stability, what is isochronism. After finishing this, we will go towards the function of flywheel and what is the difference between flywheel and governor. And lastly, we will discuss what is the fluctuation of energy, coefficient of fluctuation of speed and coefficient of fluctuation of energy. So, first come to what is the function of governor. Okay. So, before going into the function of governor, we should know what is the role of governor. Okay. So, in case of a engine, sometimes we will see there is fluctuation of speed. Okay. Here I am explaining you. Sometimes we can see there is fluctuation of speed. So, this fluctuation of speed is due to variation of load. This fluctuation occurs due to variation of load in the engine. Okay. So, this fluctuation, it may be of two types. One is your intracycle. It occurs due to internal load variation within the engine. Due to load variation, this intracycle fluctuation of speed occurs. Internal load variation is the cause of intracycle fluctuation. Another one is your intercycle. Okay. So, this intercycle fluctuation of speed occurs due to external load variation. Okay. So, this intracycle fluctuation of speed is controlled by your flywheel. We will discuss it later when we will discuss the function of flywheel, how flywheel is controlling the intracycle fluctuation of speed. And this intercycle fluctuation of speed, that is the fluctuation occurring because of this external load variation, is controlled by governor. Okay. So, now we will see how governor is controlling this fluctuation of speed due to external load variation. Okay. So, let me give you two examples. First one, suppose you are operating one generator at your home and with a given supply of fuel, the generator you are operating two lights and one fan. Okay. So, suppose suddenly you turn on the AC. Okay. Now, if the fuel supply is remaining the same, and load has increased because earlier the generator was operating two lights and one fan, but suddenly when you are turning on the AC, then it will operate the AC also. So, now load has increased, so speed will reduce of the generator. Okay. So, in order to maintain the same speed with which it was operating the 2 lights and 1 fan, we have to increase the fuel supply. Okay. So, is it possible that every person or one person is always available to increasing the fuel when the load is increasing and speed is reducing? So, it is the role of governor. What governor will do? Governor will automatically increase the fuel supply when the load is increasing and speed is reducing. Okay. So, let me give you another example. Suppose one four wheeler is crossing the road. Four-wheeler is crossing the road. So, suppose there is a slope. So, this slope is acting as external load. This slope is your external load. So, now due to this slope, the speed will reduce. Now, after this slope, suppose the road is again horizontal. That means, now in this road, this horizontal road, the four-wheeler has to increase the speed, which is reduced in the slope. The slope is due to this slope, the speed is reduced, but when the road has become horizontal, the speed has to be increased. So, how will it occur? It will occur by increasing the fuel supply. So, from the above two example, we can know that if we are increasing, if the load is increasing, then speed will reduce. And in order to maintain the speed, we have to increase the fuel supply. So, this fuel supply will increase automatically by the help of governor. So, now we can understand what is the function of governor. The function of governor is to increasing or the function of governor is to maintain the constant speed, with the variation of load. Okay. Suppose this is a engine. Suppose this is an engine. The engine should be run at 60 km per hour. But when the load will increase, the speed will reduce. But it has to be run at 60 km per hour. So, how can we make the speed to 60 km per hour? At that time, the governor will help the engine to manage the speed to be at 60 km per hour, but how? It will increase the fuel supply. Okay. So, basically what is governor is doing? When the load is varying, that means it is increasing or decreasing, the governor will maintain the speed. Okay. or we can say the function of the governor is to regulate the mean speed of the engine when there is variation of load. Okay. So, when the speed is increasing or when the load is increasing, the speed of the engine will reduce, So, governor will increase the speed by increasing the fuel supply. Okay. Similarly, when the load is reducing, the speed of the engine will increase. So, in order to maintain the speed, the governor will maintain the mean speed. How? By reducing the fuel supply. Okay. So, in this manner, during load variation, the governor will maintain the mean speed or average speed. Okay. So, what is governor is doing? When the load increases and speed is decreasing, and then governor will maintain the mean speed by increasing the supply of the working fluid or the supply of the fuel. Okay. And again similarly, when the load is decreasing and the speed is increasing, then also governor will maintain the mean speed by reducing the fuel supply. Okay. Now come to what are the classification of governor or what is the types of governor. Okay. So, basically governor is of two types. One is your centrifugal governor, which is operating with the help of centrifugal force. It is operating with the help of centrifugal force. And another one is inertia governor. It is operating with the help of both centrifugal force and inertia force. Now, again now we will discuss about the classification of the centrifugal governor. So, centrifugal governor is basically of two types. One is your pendulum type, another one is loaded type. Okay. So, pendulum type is your simplest type of the governor, and it is Watt governor is one of the pendulum type of governor. Again your loaded type governor is divided into two types. One is dead weight governor, another one is spring controlled governor. So, now dead weight governor is classified into two types. One is your Porter governor and Proel governor, and spring control governor is of four different types, that is Hartnell governor, Hartung governor, Wilson Hartnell governor and Pickering governor. Okay. So, this is the figure of centrifugal governor. First of all, we will discuss about the parts of the centrifugal governor. So, this is your spindle, this vertical line is your spindle and this axis is your spindle axis. Okay. Here this is your engine main shaft, it is connected to the spindle with the help of this bevel gear. These are the arms, two arms, and it is pivoted with the spindle at this point. This P is showing the point where the upper arms are pivoted to the spindle. Okay. So, now these two are your lower arms, or these are also known as links, and these are the fly balls, and these are moving around the spindle. these are known as your fly balls and these are moving around the spindle, and here your centrifugal force is acting. When these are moving, the centrifugal force is acting, and this centrifugal force is balanced by your controlling force. This is your sleeve. The sleeve can move up and down along the spindle, but it is moving up and down along the spindle, but it can be controlled by the help of two stops. And here the sleeve is connected with the help of this bell crank lever to this throttle, and with the help of this valve working fluid is supplied to the engine. Okay. So, these are the parts of your centrifugal governor. Now, we can discuss what is the functioning, how this governor is functioning. So, when the load is increasing, then what will happen? I have already told you, when load will increase, then the speed will reduce. So, these balls are rotating around the spindle. So, these balls will move inwards, or this would be like this. These balls will move inwards and the sleeve will move downward. At that time, the sleeve will move downward. So, speed has decreased. We need to maintain the speed, that means we have to increase the speed in order to maintain the constant mean speed. In order to maintain the constant mean speed, we have to increase the speed. So, now sleeve will move downward. So, in order to maintain the constant speed, when we will increase we have to increase the speed. So, how can we increase the speed? We have to increase the fuel supply. So, when the sleeve is moving downward, it will activate the bell crank lever. Okay. So, with the help of bell crank lever, now this throttle valve will open. So, this will increase your supply of the working fluid. Since the working fluid supply has increased, so now we can achieve our constant mean speed, that is our desired speed. Okay. So, this is happening when your load is increasing and speed is reducing. Now, we will see what will happen when the load will decrease and the speed will increase. So, when the load will reduce, I have already told you, load will reduce, that means speed of the engine will increase, that means this rotation will increase or the balls will move outwards. Okay. Now, speed has increased and we have to reduce the speed in order to achieve our constant mean speed. Now, due to increase in speed, the balls will move outward and the sleeve will rise. And also due to the upward movement of sleeve, the bell crank lever will be activated, and the bell crank lever will activate and it will close the throttle valve. Now, the throttle valve will be closed. Hence, the supply of the working fluid will reduce. Hence, your speed will also get reduced and we can achieve our constant mean speed. Okay. So, this is all about your parts of governor and your functioning of the centrifugal governor. So, here we got to know how the centrifugal governors are functioning when your load is increasing and load is decreasing. So, next class we will discuss about Watt governor or functioning of the Watt governor. Till then, thank you.